Live on Hope Channel Zambia, welcome to the news. Let's take a look at stories making headlines in our news. Today, the church says it is striving to reconcile Republican President Hakainde Hichilema with former President Edgar Lungu as the day of national prayer is fast approaching. Government commits to establish efficient rail system in Zambia. Government to enhance health care service delivery across the country. And in religious news, over 1,800 youths register for the Zambia Youth Congress. These stories plus more coming up in a moment. Do stay with us.
Are you ready to unlock a world of opportunities? Look no further than Wansanje Travel and Tourism Institute. At Wansanje, we offer a passport to international recognition through a wide range of courses in various fields. Choose from our courses in travel and tourism, business administration, hospitality management, computer science and cybersecurity, entrepreneurship, food production, electrical, graphic designing, computer studies, and many more. With our expert faculty and state-of-the-art facilities, you will gain the skills you need to excel in your chosen field. For further inquiries, call us on 0211-220-286 or 0977-603389 or visit us in person at Kenneth Kaunda House, Cairo Road, next to the Bank of Zambia. You can also reach out to us via email at wtticollege@gmail.com. Wansanje Travel and Tourism Institute is registered with the VETA and ICM, ensuring the high standards of education and recognition. Don't wait. Come and excel with us today at Wansanje Travel and Tourism Institute.
Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Bright SINKOZI with the details. SHARON AKUFUNA is our sign language interpreter. Independent Churches of Zambia, ICO's president, Pastor David Masupa, says the church is doing its best to reconcile former President Edgar Lungu with Republican President Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. Pastor Masupa says the two leaders are willing to reconcile, but their political party members have their own interests and frustrations, hence hindering the two from coming together to reconcile peacefully. Speaking during a briefing ahead of the 8th National Day of Prayer, Pastor Masupa has called on former President Edgar Lungu to forgo the idea of getting back to active politics, but that he should become a statesman. Meanwhile, National Day of Prayer chairperson Prophetess Esther Njani has called on citizens to embrace hard work, saying prayer is not substitute for hard work. In 2015, former President Edgar Lungu declared 18th October as Day for National Prayer, Fasting and National Reconciliation. This year, the day will be observed under the theme, Placing National Development Through Prayer and Hard Work at the Center of the Nation.
The National Day of Prayer, Fasting and Reconciliation was declared by former Republican President Edgar Lungu on October 18, 2015. And this year's theme, Placing National Development Through Prayer and Hard Work at the Center of our National Agenda. Speaking during a media briefing, National Day of Prayer chairperson Esther Njani has emphasized on hard work as it brings profit and development to the nation.
Proverbs 14:23. All hard work brings a profit, but mere talk lead only to poverty. Hard work is also very necessary component for personal and national development. Prayer, however, is not a substitute for hard work. That's why the Bible in Proverbs 14:23 tells us that all hard work brings a profit. Therefore, hard work does not know any religion or race.
On reconciliation, Pastor Masupa said former President Edgar Lungu and Republican President His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema are both willing to reconcile.
They realize that these two people, much as he is the incumbent president and also the former Republican president, they are coming from political parties which have their own ideologies. We know we've been frustrated many times that we've reached out to these two and they themselves want to come together, but we've been frustrated by political interests who have never wanted this to come together.
Pastor Masupa has also advised the former president to remain a statesman.
The Republican president, former Edgar Chagwalungu, going into retirement. As a church, this is our stance, and we would like him to become a statesman.
Reporting for Hope News, Rejoice Mukoma.
Meanwhile, Apostles' Council of Churches President Apostle Evans Kapinga has urged politicians planning to protest on 18th October to think of an alternative date, as that is the date for Day of National Prayer, Fasting and Reconciliation. Apostle Kapinga said those planning to protest are free to choose another day and allow the nation to pray first. And Apostle Kapinga has called on politicians to avoid politicizing the day for national prayer, fasting and reconciliation. But Opposition Patriotic Front, PF Information and Publicity Chairperson Emmanuel Mwamba has refuted claims that youths planning for a demonstration are members of his political party. Mr. Mwamba has alleged that those planning so are ordinary citizens with their own cause, saying the PF is a Christian-based party, adding that the Day of National Prayer was declared by their former president Edgar Lungu and will hence fully support the day. He, however, said he hopes that Republican President Mr. Hakainde Hichilema will observe and attend the day this year.
Apostle Evans Kapinga has, however, advised youths planning a demonstration on National Day of Prayer to instead join the church in praying for the nation.
If the church will remain divided, we cannot bring the reconciliation we are talking about. So demonstration, men and women of God, our fellow politicians, please, we appeal to you. Do not bring your political issues on this day. This is the day of the Lord.
Responding to allegations of PF cadres demonstration on the Day of National Prayer, Communication and Publicity Chairperson for Opposition Patriotic Front, Emmanuel Mwamba, has clarified that it's not the PF youths but activists who want to share their grievances.
Is founded on Christian values. Our founding president, President Michael Sata, was very clear that was going to rule this country based on 10 commandments. And President Edgar Lungu came on, declared this Day of National Prayer, and also commissioned the construction of the National House of Prayer.
Mr. Mwamba has also hoped that President Hichilema will attend this year's National Day of Prayer to be held at the Lusaka Showgrounds on 18th October 2023.
This is a national project. It's not a PF project. And we hope that for the first time President Hakainde Hichilema will be available at the National Day of Prayer. Vice President. Let him lead. You know what the Bible said. You should be the head of your household. You should lead your household into prayer. The president is our first family. He's the head of our family in Zambia. He should lead the country in this National Day of Prayers. Chilabushiku welapanga program. Last year, wabu tukuile kumporokoso kuli kawade election Luingwa, Lupososhi. When you have such an important day, just to avoid the day of
of Transport and Logistics, Frank Tayali, has tasked newly appointed Zambia Railways Board chairperson to improve the current rail status in the country. Mr. Tayali says there is need to establish an effective and efficient rail system, stating that this is why government is actively seeking investments and collaboration with other countries like the People's Republic of China to rehabilitate and commercialize Tazara. Mr. Tayali was speaking when a team from Zambia Railways, led by the newly appointed board chairperson, paid a courtesy call on him at his office today. The minister added that there are a lot of tipper trucks moving sand and crushed stones on the road which are over the limit, urging the Zambia Railways team to approach them and seek business. He added that the ministry wants to develop corridors such as Lobito and Ndola Lubumbashi, among others, which requires a strong railway line system that will feed into these corridors. Mr. Tayali said Zambia Railways needs to start feeding into all the 10 provinces of Zambia, adding that this will help reduce the cost of doing business by reducing the cost of transporting cargo. And Zambia Railways Board Chairperson Emmanuel Haji Puka has assured the minister that he will do everything possible to ensure that Zambia Railways is resuscitated. He said the board will sit with management to look at the various available options. Now, Chief Government Spokesperson and Minister of Information and Media, Cornelius Mwetwa, has called on the media to report responsibly and live within their mandate of educating and informing citizens. Mr. Mwetwa says media houses should not be used as tools to impede or obstruct national progress. And Mr. Mwetwa has called on both the public and private broadcasters to provide fair coverage, further stating that the public broadcaster is for the public and not for the ruling party only. Meanwhile, the minister has advised the public that in as much as they have a right to freedom of speech, they must ensure to do it within the confines of the law and enjoy their human rights. He was speaking during an interaction with private media owners in Lusaka today. Well, we seem not to have the picture ready. We will try to avail it as soon as it is made available for broadcast. We now take a break. More stories on the other side. To stay with us.
Cool off the heat this October with Topstar for only 160 kwacha. Antenna Classic OD Smart. Enjoy thrilling encounters and standout performances in Saudi Pro League with football legends Cristiano Ronaldo, Benzema, and Zambia's star Fashion Sakala on Saturday, the 7th of October. Kat Al Haqdat versus Neymar Al Halai at 17 hours on Sports Premium. Then later dive into the Bundesliga and see Bayern's Henry Kane unpack goals as they host Freiburg on Sunday, the 8th of October at 17:30 hours on Wild Football. That's not all. Tune into the most watched channel, Novella E+, and stay completely hooked on the romance and horror in the new series Love in 40 Days every day at 20:40 hours. Are you a movie fanatic? Tune into the world of blockbuster movies on Filmbox, ST Movies Zone, and ST Movies Plus. Download the StarTime's own app now for endless entertainment. Topstar, enjoy digital life.
There is nothing quite like the thrill of catching your own fish. And at Papino Investments, we bring that experience to you. Papino Investments, the home of live fish, has everything you need to make your meals unforgettable.
It has a different taste, and that is why I enjoy coming to this place.
From live fish that you can catch for yourself to smoked fish, just chickens, and beef, we have a wide range of products that will satisfy your shopping needs. And if you're looking for something else, we have a wide range of groceries to choose from, including Hope Channel decorders. At Papino Investments, payment is easy. You can pay with cash or use our mobile money services. Visit us today at Robert's Fish and Veggies Building, Challenge Market, Lusaka, or call us at 0955 108708 or 0976 543822 or 0965 691909. Papino Investments, the home of live fish.
Are you ready to unlock a world of opportunities? Look no further than Wansanje Travel and Tourism Institute. At Wansanje, we offer a passport to international recognition through a wide range of courses in various fields. Choose from our courses in travel and tourism, business administration, hospitality management, computer science and cybersecurity, entrepreneurship, food production, electrical, graphic designing, computer studies, and many more. With our expert faculty and state-of-the-art facilities, you will gain the skills you need to excel in your chosen field. For further inquiries, call us on 0211 220 286 or 0977 603389 or visit us in person at Kenneth Kaunda House, Cairo Road, next to the Bank of Zambia. You can also reach out to us via email at wtticollege@gmail.com. Wansanje Travel and Tourism Institute is registered with the VETA and ICM, ensuring the high standards of education and recognition. Don't wait. Come and excel with us today at Wansanje Travel and Tourism Institute.
Thank you so much for still staying with us. We continue with the news. And now a retake of a story that was read just before we went for a break. Chief Government Spokesperson and Minister of Information and Media, Cornelius Mwetwa, has called on the media to report responsibly and live within their mandate of educating and informing citizens. Mr. Mwetwa says media houses should not be used as tools to impede or obstruct national progress. And Mr. Mwetwa has called on both the public and private broadcaster to provide fair coverage, further stating that the public broadcaster is for the public and not for the ruling party. Meanwhile, the minister has advised the public that in as much as they have the right to freedom of speech, they must ensure to do it within the confines of the law and enjoy their human rights. He was speaking during an interaction with private media owners in Lusaka today.
The Ministry of Information and Media held a meet and greet media engagement meeting. The meeting was aimed at interacting with different stakeholders in the media industry. Speaking during the interaction meeting, Information and Media Minister Cornelius Mwetwa encouraged both the public and private broadcasters to have a fair coverage as it can help build the progress of the country.
The journey of learning how to further interact with the media, and particularly how the media wishes that they can leverage upon this ministry and our presence as a team, that during this time we may be of use to them and to country, so that we better the environment within which the media operates for the better welfare of our country. Let me also thank you, dear colleagues from the media, for the enduring role you have been playing in ensuring that our citizenry remains informed and educated, so that they can fully and knowledgeably participate in the governance of our country. Let us provide a platform for divergent views to find a marketplace to compete, but let us not take sides in that discourse. Let us leave those who are competing to compete on the basis of the veracity of their ideas and not the preference of our choices as media practitioners.
Media directors had an opportunity to interact with the minister, and the minister responded to their questions.
Specifically, like the media development policy, I think it is already behind time because the issues of technology and artificial intelligence and all that. So, what is your plan with the media development policy? Also, safety and security of journalists. We still see journalists being attacked and radio stations being stormed by UPND cadres, and we are not seeing the police taking these people accountable for their actions. But also on this side, the minister will still giving us assurances that these things are going to stop. Yes, the numbers have stopped from what we had in the last 10 years, but these things are still happening, and this is still traumatizing journalists.
I want to appeal to you, Honorable Minister, to urge media houses in the country to allow their employees to form or join trade unions. In our view as a trade union, this will actually help to address the many cries and nauseating wages and poor conditions of service that employees are subjected to in media houses they operate from.
Your ministry is in the process of putting in place and has already crafted communication strategy plan to enhance information dissemination between various government departments and agencies and the consumers, the media and the citizens. Your ministry is also actively in process reviewing the ZNBC Act to try and see the areas that can be improved upon for better operationalization of ZNBC as a public broadcaster.
Louisa Simonga reporting for Hope News in Lusaka.
Government says it will enhance the eye health care service delivery across the country. Speaking during the opening of the Eye Care Partnership Engagement, Health Minister Sylvia Masebo said improving service delivery will help citizens have health eyes. Ms. Masebo said eye health service delivery enhancement is important and that government will ensure that the goal is attained. She says government will always appreciate its partners in eye care service delivery because partners are providing services in both urban and remote areas. Ms. Masebo was speaking in a speech read on her behalf by Assistant Director Clinical Care, Dr. Richard Nsakanya. And Site Service Country Director Glenda Mulenga has urged government to train health workers in various eye health care centers in order to have effective care of patients. Ms. Mulenga said there is need for each province to have a technician to work on the equipment whenever servicing is required. Details are in this report.
A consortium of site care organizations in partnership with the Ministry of Health have gathered for an interactive meeting in readiness to World Sight Day, which is commemorated on a second Thursday in the month of October. World Sight Day is an annual event that is aimed at creating awareness of blindness and vision impairment. A reminder has been set on the importance of eye care in the work environment. Tomorrow, the country will witness a number of organizations that will conduct free eye screening to the public together with the Ministry of Health. One Sight Foundation Country Director, Fales Mungule, highlighted some of the success stories.
One Sight Esilo Laxotica Foundation, we always have a problem to read Esilo Laxotica Foundation. And I'm the country director for One Sight. So we are in Zambia. We came in the country 2016 and we are in 10 provinces of Zambia. We've spent close to $8 million since our inception in the country, and we are covering a population of 13 million people.
Site Saver Zambia Country Director Glenda Mulenga highlighted some of the challenges the eye health centers are facing in the country.
We ask for maximization of resources for the inclusion of eye health in the provision of primary health services. We ask that registered nurses and clinical officers are provided basic training in primary eye care to enable them to treat basic eye conditions at primary health facilities.
Health Minister Sylvia Masebo is the guest of honor and was being represented by Assistant Director, Clinical Care, Dr. Richard Zinsakanya.
The government of the Republic of Zambia has resolved to enhance healthcare service delivery for the benefit of every citizen. Eye health service delivery is one of the key sectors where this enhancement is fundamental and a must attain. The ultimate desire is to provide all healthcare services, including eye health, as close to the family as possible. This is evidenced by the fact that the government has been increasing the health budget from 2021 to 2023.
Other partners have called on the public to take an interest in having their eyes checked.
And then also we know that actually if one person is blind, 2 people are removed from the market, because no blind person will find his way anywhere. Please find time to have your eyes checked this week, as many facilities are open.
Together, we believe we can create workplaces that not only promote eye health, but also enhances the overall quality of life of the workforce.
Every person is encouraged to prioritize their own eye health and always remember to take a pledge to love your eyes. Esnatsika Hope News, Lusaka.
Vice President Mitalena Lumango has called for continued partnership in the implementation of the Children's Code Act. Mrs. Nalumango says government and stakeholders should work together to ensure the Act does not remain a mere legal document, but an instrument for positive change in the lives of children. Zanis reports that the Vice President said the enactment of the Children's Code Act is a testament of government's commitment to safeguarding the rights and the well-being of children. She said it is imperative to prioritize capacity building for child justice actors. Mrs. Nalumango states that the Act focuses on the protection of child victims and witnesses in investigative and judicial processes. Speaking earlier, Deputy Chief Justice Michael Musonda said the Child Justice Week is an opportunity to reminisce on the progress made in the implementation of the CCA. Mr. Musonda stated that stakeholders should also use the week to rededicate themselves to the enforcement of child justice. He noted that members of the public must ensure children are cared for because a country is judged by the way it cares for them. And finally, in our news, the fast approaching Northern Zambia Union Conference Youth Congress, to be held in Zambia this year in December, has seen about 1,800 youths register to attend the event. Northern Zambia Union Conference Youth Director, Pastor Angel Chipolu, has disclosed the development to Hope News in Kitwe. Pastor Chipolu says despite the 1st October deadline, there are still indicators of more members interested to register in order to attend the first ever Northern Zambia Union Conference Youth Congress. He said his committee is working out modalities to ensure all participants adhere to the guidelines in order to maintain security of the campus. Pastor Chipolu further disclosed that the steering committee will tomorrow, Thursday, 12th October 2023, travel to Zambia, the venue for the event, to see the progress implemented by some of the subcommittees this far.
We ended
registration on the 1st of October with unprecedented results. By the end of 1st October 2023, we had registered over 1,600 delegates. And suffice to say that the demand was quite unprecedented. We received quite a lot of appeals from the young people themselves, parents, even the clergy, pleading with us to extend registration further. And when we subjected the motion before Northern Zambia Union Conference Youth Council, which I chair, the vote was that we extend for the last time up to 31st of October. So 31st of October, that's when registration is coming to an end. And so far so good. As of yesterday, we are talking of 1,800 delegates. So the measures that we have put in place are, number one, we are going to talk to security personnel. We have already engaged security personnel of Zambia. And that's actually one of the reasons we are going there tomorrow, is to meet management of Zambia Beach and try to find ways of helping us to protect anyone who may find him or herself crossing the borders and go to the beach. Number two, we will seriously, and we have seriously engaged local conference directors, local youth leaders, that no one will be allowed to go to the beach except at a time when all of us will go there. We have scheduled in our program that we will create 2 afternoons.
A retake of stories that made headlines. Church says it is striving to reconcile President Hakainde Hichilema with his former counterpart, Edgar Lungu, as the National Day of Prayer is fast approaching. Government says it is committed to establish an efficient rail system. And government says it will enhance eye health care service delivery across the country. And in religious matters, over 1,800 youths have registered to participate at the first ever Northern Zambia Union Conference Youth Congress to be held in Zambia this December. I'm Bright SINKOZI on behalf of the entire studio and production team, not forgetting our correspondents across the country. SHARON AKUFUNA has been our sign language interpreter. Join us again tomorrow at the same time for another bulletin.